welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a video about my summer-fall transitions homeware favorites, and then also some random bits and pieces in between. I thought it would be interesting to show you guys what I've been buying in terms of homeware for my little tiny apartment and how I deal with lack of space and kind of buying strategic things that I can pair with each other, especially for, you know, like plateware and dinnerware, and then also candles, because I love candles, and since fall season is upon us, those are my favorite smells. So I'll go through and kind of show you the different brands of candles that I love, and also the ones that really give my apartment the best smell, because I only have one room, which is the only time a studio is ever an advantage. It's a lot easier to kind of just use one candle and get it to smell really nicely, especially when you're coming home and it's just been sitting out without even being turned on, hello, electronic generation, lit. And yeah, let's get into it. Fall is upon us, people, and I am a fall child. I'm a fall baby. I was born October 1st, which is actually coming up, and so I may have treated myself a little bit more than usual to homeware, because that's like my favorite thing to buy ever. The first thing is still kind of something left over from summer, and it's in the shot. Can you guess what it is? Nobody? Alright, I'll tell you. It is these pillows from Art Society 6 or Society 6. I'll link it down below. And they have palm fronds on them. And since I spent the second half of my childhood in Florida, I love them. And they also really brighten up my space in terms of color. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't really wear color. I don't really buy color. And this was quite an unusual purchase for me, but I have these like kind of dusty pink walls, like slightly off-white, and everything else is black and white in terms of furniture, and especially these art prints, which I'll talk about later. And so I wanted something that pops, and in summer, that's palm trees for me. And I probably will keep them through the winter as well, because in Florida, the palm trees are there all year. Why can't they be in my room, you know? Anyway, so I love these pillows, and also, I didn't only get those, I also got this one with polka dots, and good vibes. So that's pillows, as you can see. The other thing that you can see up here is, and I'll insert a detailed shot of this because I don't want to take them down, are art prints. I'm a bit more, I thought that my walls were really lacking something, especially behind my bed. It was just really empty. So the frames are from IKEA, and the prints is a project that I worked on that I decided to put on my wall. So yeah, that is what I have around me. Next up, I really want to talk about candles, because you can't imagine what it smells like in here right now. I just unpackaged a lot of them out of their plastic wraps, and now the air is fragrant with smells of fall and winter. So first up is one of my all-time favorite brands for candles, which is HENRI BENDEL. I have had this candle, I don't know how many times, maybe 3 times now, and it is the chai candle. This is probably my all-time favorite candle right now, and has been for a while, and it smells like chai tea, and it looks like this. Really nice, really muted colors and everything, so this looks great also just as decoration. And it smells like chai tea. So the notes in this candle, I'll just read off the back because they're better than I am at identifying these kinds of things. As you will know from my last video or 2 videos ago, I just really can't describe perfume and smells. So this says it has bergamot, blood orange, spicy nutmeg, cardamom, clove, and cinnamon. And it's absolutely beautiful, this candle. I highly recommend getting this. Like, if you really want to get into that fall mood, this is definitely a good candle. Now on to the second one. This is a new one for me. I've never had this one before, and it's the Sunset Beach. Again, the Florida in me was screaming yes. And it smells like sunscreen and oranges and citrus and beach, basically. let's see what Henri Bendel says it's supposed to smell like, and what Chantal couldn't pick out. And that is lemon citrus. Okay, I win that one. Cardamom and pink peppercorn. It's sweet and spicy, and it's supposed to evoke tropical Bali or Clearwater Beach, Florida. Come on, guys. And has lavender and sandalwood, and is supposed to transport your mind, body, and soul. Lofty ambitions, but it's definitely a winner for me. And I should have probably burnt this in August, but I'll probably just, you know, alternate with the other candle while it's still hot outside. Let's take a moment and talk about 90 degrees in fall in the end of September. What's going on, New York City? I'm sweating. I have to turn my AC on just so I can light a candle. Shh, don't tell the energy company. I do it sometimes. I mean, seriously, why is it still summer like this? Please be cold. I'm just like holding out for 60 degrees so I can open my window again, and it just is all around way better and less humid. In the meantime, these candle smells are really putting me into the mood of fall that New York is just not giving me. Please. Alright, anyway, weather situation aside, next up, we're just picture Christmas, picture snow and, you know, cookies and everything, time with your family. Just transport yourself, ignore the sweat starting to form on my face, and let's talk about winter candles from the White Company, because they're amazing. I have, first up, a transition candle. This is Cassis, and it's not full-on Christmas yet, but it just smells nice and a little bit musty and warm, and it's supposed to evoke long autumn walks, hedgerows bursting with ripe berries, cassis notes with fruity blackberries, blackcurrants, and a woody base of cedar, clove, and patchouli. So we're starting to get into that Christmas smell with cedar. Sorry, I just had to take a moment and do that. And it looks like this. Sorry, this camera will not focus on close-up things, so I'll just put it right in front of my face. And it's just really beautiful also, just decorated on a table, and you can smell it even without lighting it, and that's really the important thing in candles for me. If it scents the room without even having to have it on, it's awesome for me. In my book, it's a winner. So this is the first one. The second thing, it's not a candle, but it's scented, and it's their HOMESPRAY. Unfortunately, you can only get this in Europe, so when I was there for a work trip a few weeks ago, I was the one buying Christmas candles in the middle of August, and I'm not going to apologize, you know. And I bought this because I knew that the HOMESPRAY cannot be delivered in the States. For some reason, it's some regulation issue. Wish they would get over it, because this winter spray, that's what it's called, is amazing. It smells like orange, and it just really smells like a Christmas tree. Like, it has those notes. It takes the autumn smell of orange all the way through winter. And I wish it said more about it so it makes up for my lack of eloquence, but essentially cinnamon, clove, and orange. It's just Christmas in a bottle. And what I do with this is I have a little humidifier and I put water in it and I spray a few sprays of this, and it just scents the room continuously. Also, if you have central AC, like if you live in a single family home, like my parents do, they'll spray this into the AC somewhere. You probably know better about that than I do. But yeah, you can do that as well, so then all your rooms will get filled with winter scent. And the pièce de résistance is this winter candle. So they have this in all sizes. I'll link them below, up until like a size as big as my face. Oh, no, the ribbon came off. This is all I could afford, but it's really beautiful. It's got little clove and orange and everything and flowers in it, and as you burn it, it smells just like that HOMESPRAY and just makes Christmas waft through your place. So this is also, again, as I said, cinnamon, clove, and orange, and it's the Pillar Botanical candle. They also obviously have this candle in this size as well, and they also have it in a mini trio of 3 different smells, including the winter candle. So I'll make sure to point you to where you can find that on the website. If you watched the blog, or vlog rather, of when my sister visited, we actually discovered that the White Company has a store in New York City. So if you want to smell these candles before you buy them, go check it out. I will put the address in the description box below. It's an amazing store. And they also have not just candles, they have homeware, kids clothing. If you have kids, it's amazing. They have such cute little person clothes. I mean, they had a onesie with like teddy bear ears. Seriously, you have to go check it out. Like, best kids clothing I've seen in a long time. And I don't even have a child. I wanted to buy it. I wish they had that stuff for adults. But for adults, they also have really soft like sweaters, boots, everything. So go check out the White Company. It's awesome. So that's it for candles. Those are my two favorite candle brands, is the White Company and HENRI BENDEL. Next up, we should talk about homeware because there's a lot to get through. So I'll try to make it quick. But I have, I think, about 4 brands to talk about that have been my favorite for years, like since I started buying homeware. The first one is, I'm sure everyone is aware of this, IKEA. It's awesome for just basics, essentially. That's where I got my first plates from, and I use them all the time because they're black plates. It's a little weird eating off of black plates in the beginning, but you get used to it, and they just look really nice on my white table. It just gives a really modern feel, and I like that they don't have any frills. It's very sleek. So, and they're really affordable. I don't know exactly what their prices are, but I will link this below as well, so you can go check it out. And with that, another IKEA favorite is napkins. So I've been using these already. They're just black and white, but napkins in general at IKEA are so cheap, and they have seasonal patterns all the time. So if you live by one, that's a really great place to get some. And the way that I mix it up, so I have basically, in my apartment, I don't have that much space, so I keep mostly black and white homeware sets so I can change it up. Lately, my friends and I have been cooking a lot more, so I like to really set the table really nicely and play around with different combinations. I have had these other plates from Crate and Barrel for a while, and they look like this, so it's a very different shape, but also very sleek. It's a rectangle plate. And I've had 2 of them for a long time, so this weekend I wanted to get 2 more, so I went to Crate and Barrel in Soho. And every time I walk in that store, I come out with things I did not plan for. So rather than just buying 2 plates, I bought 3 other kinds of plates and some bowls, and I will show you what they are. First up, we have the square plate. So, you know, starts with this, ends with this, and then also this. Designer goes to Crate and Barrel, comes back with like every shape of plate imaginable. There's just so many possibilities. Like, people talk about capsule wardrobes. Let's talk about a capsule homeware drobe. Capsule, no, what would you call it? Capsule dinnerware collection. Here we go. You can combine these any which way. Cheese plate, these are dinner plates technically, but I never eat this much food. Like, hello, it's bigger than my head. So cheese plate is what I thought this was good for, so I got 2 of those for my table. I obviously got the rest of these plates. They're really nice in combination with like a larger charger underneath, or little bowls on top if you're serving different kinds of things like that. And just very versatile and a great size. And then these are awesome appetizer plates, I thought, or dessert. And obviously you can just combine these any which way. Then on top of that, I have to be really careful around me because there are so many fragiles. On top of that are these little dishes. They are also, this entire collection ranged from maybe like $2 to $7 a plate for those big ones. It's a really good price. It's their most basic homeware. These bowls also were really cheap, and they're really great. I bought them originally, I have 6 of these, as a little s'mores bar with like toppings in it, so you can get really creative. Dips obviously work with this, really anything, olives, little like meze dinner. These are great. So really, all this to say that all those plates and the black IKEA stuff can be recombined any which way, and maybe if you guys want, I can do a video on how I style my dining table if anyone is interested. So these are all the normal things I got from Crate & Barrel, but there's one more. So remember how I said I was a fall baby? Hello. Yes, it's a cauldron, a mini cauldron. Back when I was little, we used to have Halloween parties in Germany prior to any Halloween ever being a thing there. And my mom would invite my friends, we would get dressed up, we would do crafts and eat Halloween candy, and it was great. So, cereal bowl, soup bowl, dips, you know, anything. Infinite possibilities with mini cauldrons, obvi. So I had to get them. I was told when I was in the store with my friends to put them down and walk away, but I can't walk away from these. So I bought them, and at the register I asked the lady, you know, am I crazy? Am I the only one that is purchasing these when it's not even close to Halloween yet? And she basically was like, yes, but I'll take it, I don't care. They're oven proof up to 350, and the possibilities are endless. Also, this is what I mean by capsule collection. You can just recombine these with any of these plates and they will look beautiful, albeit ridiculous. But, you know, whatever. So next up is one of my favorite brands, which is Greengate. And if we're talking about a capsule, kitchenware, wardrobe, whatever, over here with all of these different kinds of black and white plates, this and another item that I'll talk about afterwards are definitely your statement pieces. So Greengate has beautiful patterns, floral mostly, and really beautiful pastel colors. And let me show you what I'm talking about. These bowls. Remember how I said I don't like color? I made an exception for pastel pink and turquoise, mint. I love these. The colors are beautiful. It has this little silver lining, and my family, as far as I can remember, my mom and my aunt have loved this brand for ages. It's a European brand, and I'm not really sure if you can get it in the States. If I find it anywhere, I will definitely link it, but otherwise, next time you go to Europe, bolster your suitcase with towels, t-shirts, soft things, and then just buy the plates, wrap them up, and ship them back with you. I say this because I have experience with this. Not gonna lie, how do you think these bowls got into my apartment? Yeah, it's just a priority that you have to make and stick with. With these bowls, I got these cups and saucers. How adorable! They're just so cute. I unfortunately only have 2 of them because suitcases come with restrictions, so I only had so much weight I could pack in there. But they're just so adorable, and whenever my sister comes, we have her coffee out of these. It reminds me of when, as a little girl, you know, like, or a boy, you play with your little mini tea service. So, is that how you say it in English? I don't really know. Your little tea set, and you have little tea parties. This is like the adult version. It's so cute. And with that, I also have a cookie box. It says cake on it, but I don't know who puts cake in tins, so I put cookies in this. And it says Sweetly Does It, so the colors match perfectly. Pretty sure this is also from Greengate, and I had to get it to match this. Then my mom visited a few weeks ago, and she goes, Chantal, I brought you something from Germany because she was there for her vacation, and it's more of these bowls. So she thought she found this new thing that I would love. She was right, I love it. And she probably saw this in my apartment, went to Germany, didn't remember, and then saw these bowls and was incented that to buy them because in the back of her mind knew I had them already. So all this is to say, I now have more of the bowls than I have of the cups, which is amazing because now I can finally have people over and use these bowls, and I love them to pieces. Hopefully not literally, because I want them to last for a very long time. Those ones, I'm like, I do the dishes and I dry them off carefully and I put them right back in the rack, or in the shelf, because I'm like paranoid about breaking these bowls. But yeah, another thing that I said was a splurge item. The brand is called Berkelman. I found these in the Hudson Valley hiking, so that you will see in my first vlog, I believe, when I go hiking with my friends. There was this really adorable Main Street in Cold Spring, so if you're ever there, you should go check out that store. And they have beautiful homeware, and they had these amazing, did I say amazing? Glasses. Yes, they're iridescent champagne coupes. I saw them in the window, and I was like, I know we're going hiking, and I know that I have to carry this back on the train with me, but we must make it back here before the store closes so I can pick up these glasses. They're so beautiful, and something about, obviously I like holographics if you saw my last makeup tutorial, so something about having like these beautiful little champagne coupes, and they're very delicate also. I just had to do it. It was an impulse buy, but I've not regretted it. Then finally in the kitchen section we have 3 more things. So I actually forgot that from Crate & Barrel, my mom got me this tableware set for knives, forks, and spoons, and it's so pretty. Like, look at how sleek this knife is. I can't remember what this collection is called, but if you need silverware that looks really nice, and like me, you only had 2 forks before, invest in a set because they're so cute. And if you ever run out, Crate & Barrel is pretty good about keeping most of their basic collections for a really, really long time, so you can always go replace whatever you lose or misplace or whatever, or if you need more of something, like if we ever move into a bigger kitchen, which fingers crossed, and we ever are able to host more than 4 people at a time, I will definitely purchase more of these. So it's a basic item, but I think it's important to have some exciting silverware just to make eating more fun. Not that it isn't already. Next up is something from HomeGoods. So HomeGoods is also a really great basic place to get baking ware. So I got this, Bake with Love, and it just, the colors go with the other bowls I just showed you. So I made an exception again for kitchenware. I'm not so picky with color, or rather I love color and everything. That's where I go crazy. Kitchenware is it. Everything else I'm very, like clothing, black and white and gray. Everything in my place is black, white, and gray also, but except these pillows and my kitchenware. And HomeGoods is great because every time you go back, it's kind of like a surprise. Like, you never know what you're gonna get. So you might find really cute baking dishes, and since it's fall, apple pie, hello. I'm going apple picking in a couple weekends, and I can't wait to use this for that. And yeah, so for HomeGoods, you have to check back often, but it's always a surprise, so it's kind of fun to go. And it's a really great price. So like IKEA, HomeGoods, and the basics in Crate & Barrel, you can basically deck out your kitchen with, even if you have a very small budget, which is me. So yeah, and then the last thing is Williams-Sonoma. So this is really indicative of what I buy at that store, just because it's like as exciting as Crate & Barrel, but more pricey. So I don't usually get anything there except for things like this. It's a cookie press, if you're wondering what this is. You just stamp, and it says Happy Holidays. So yes, this is a little bit far out from Christmas, but if it's on sale and it's there, I get it. I don't care what season it is, I'll use it eventually. So yeah, this is kind of the biggest items I buy at Williams-Sonoma usually are like little cake decorating things and like special ingredients. Yeah, but it's great for browsing anyway if you don't buy anything, so highly recommend going there as well. And that concludes our kitchen section. Yes, so on to random bits that go with homeware. I have a magazine favorite, and that'll be about everything that wraps this video up. So this magazine favorite, you can actually get in the States, but you have to speak German or just like looking at pictures. So I apologize to everyone who doesn't. If you don't learn it, why not? You know, German's a great language. But also, the photos in this magazine and the creativity in it and the colors, it's amazing. My aunt and my mom both subscribe to this, and I as well. This is kind of a family tradition. And it's called, a drum roll, Living at Home. This magazine, as early as I can remember, we've always bought it, and every month they come out with a new one. And it's just, the tagline is the most beautiful moments for your home. And they always feature really well designed little homes from, like, I don't know, a designer or a person that just has really good taste or a creative person. So they always have a theme to them. So the most recent one is how to get more quiet and calm into your house. The one before that was a sweet summer finale, so more about baking. The one before that was how to have that relaxed feeling in the summer. And the one before that was pure summer baking, full on everything. So you can see that trend kind of, they take you through, like, they each have recipes in them, and let me see if I can find some. So like a recipe for this, which is called a North Light, but it's a brioche dough baked good, pumpkin crafts. So they always have a craft section. It's basically all the activities I love in a magazine, home decoration, tips what to buy for your home, what to make in your home, how to craft. They always have a flower section. Oh, this is a soup, for example, and the images are just amazing, and the layout is super nice. Like, doesn't that just get you in the mood for fall? Trends for home decor and where to get them. Let's see. Is there a craft section? Sometimes they have a floral section. What kind of flowers to get for? Here we go. For your home for the season. It's all very seasonal. It's just a very pleasant read. So yeah, if you don't know German, learn it and order this magazine. If you do order this magazine, just basically subscribe to this magazine. I'll leave a link down below where you can do that. And depending on where you live in the States, you get it very early on in the month. I mean, it's not even October and I already have it. My mom, who lives in Alabama, gets hers a couple weeks later, but essentially you get them right on time so you can get in the mood, get your house or apartment or a tiny little shoebox, aka studio, ready for the season. So that concludes my home video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know it was probably quite long, but I've been really excited to do this because little design objects are one of my passions, just things that make your home homier, if that makes sense. And I always look for more places, more brands to explore with that, or even DIY things and creative things that you can do in your home, and much like putting together art prints, which I'll do a more detailed video about sometime later, I promise. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any homeware favorites, especially for fall right now, because did I mention I like fall? And hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you back here soon. Bye guys!